Welcome to today. Dr. McGee right here today, live and direct with you with the word of the day. Education. Educational excellence. Ruby Bridges. 6-year-old black girl with 5 others are the first to integrate a school down in the South, Louisiana. They're the first ones. In order for them to go to school, they had to be escorted by federal marshals. In order for them to go to school, even though Brown versus Board had already passed, right, of Topeka, Kansas, that was the legislation that ended racial school segregation. Even though it passed, no school districts were really implementing this new law or legislation. They just weren't doing it until they had to. So a federal court mandated that in Louisiana, had they open up their schools to black kids. So they did it, but then they created an exam for black kids to see if they can academically compete with their white counterparts. These 6 students passed the exam and was ready to go to school. So they had to be escorted to school every day by federal marshals. People were sitting on the side, spitting at them, throwing, cussing at them. It was bad. And when they went to school, all the families start disenrolling their kids from the school, moving them. Sometimes when Ruby went to school, because some of the other black kids said, this is too much and we can't do it. When Ruby went to school, she was in classes by herself a lot of times. At recess, she played with teachers because all these families started to take their kids out of school. But how bad, she wanted it so bad. She told her mom and dad. Her mom and dad were skeptical. Her mom and dad, she told them, listen, you didn't get a chance to go to school like I'm getting ready to go to school. And I want this. She wanted it bad. And it didn't matter that all these things were happening. It didn't matter that they were trying to keep her out of school. It didn't matter that they were putting legislation had to be in place for her to even learn. It didn't matter. So this is what I'm talking about when we take it up a notch from school to education. School to education. Ruby Bridges wanted that education. She went out and got it. And she did it with excellence. Ruby Bridges. Check this out. Ruby Bridges is still alive today. She's only 66 years old. That should tell you something about our system. It's only 60 years ago. And all this happened. So what I'm saying to you is that if we have a level of educational excellence in our hearts, in our spirits, and we have a why, school doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if people are standing there hurling slurs at you, yelling at you, spitting at you, throwing things at you. 2021. Yep, guess what? You're going to go to school and they're going to be bullies. They are. They're going to be there. But is a bully going to stop you? They're going to be teachers that lose hope and lose faith in you. Is that going to stop you from getting your education? Forget school. Your education is worth it. Because I've seen it. Look at Ruby. She paved the way for you to go to school every single day and get the education you deserve. And she took it. She just took it by the horns and dealt with all the different distractions and still was able to graduate. So that's what I'm saying. If we have a sense of educational excellence about us, it doesn't matter about the bullies. It doesn't matter about those who are losing hope in you. It doesn't matter if you don't get the math the first time or the second time or the third time. Educational excellence is a journey. It's not something that happens like this. It's not a microwave thing. It's not you click the button and then something happens. It's not a 6-second video. It's not a 6-second experience. It's a journey. Educational excellence is a word. And the word changes the meaning, changes the mood, changes the motivation. I love you. Have some educational excellence, instill educational excellence, uphold educational excellence. Take that word, it's actually a phrase, put it on your wall and make sure we see it every day, because guess what? That's what it's about, and that's what we should strive for. And if educational excellence isn't the word, put a picture of Ruby Bridges up there and make it part of your why. I love you. Let's make it a great day.